Hello. My name is Kate Riley.
We think.
And today, I am going to be reading Death Star Boardroom. It's a Star Wars sketch. This is a bad decision. Four. I dropped my biscotti in my drink. 4 Imperial officers are having a meeting discussing the plans for their brand new battle station. You think that's funny?
Yes.
Okay. Officer 1 comes into frame. That's what we call it when they come out in the front of the camera. Officer 1 comes into frame and says, "So, boys, men, we have close to unlimited credits to use and a rebellion to deal with. So, I'm going to open it up to the floor. Does anybody have any ideas? Anyone? Bueller? Not you, Tim Jones.
Tim isn't allowed to have ideas
No,
anymore.
Tim doesn't have ideas. But Tim does have a job, which he's failing at right now. Which is to scroll.
You're not even to the next line!
So, Officer 2, who, as you might recall from previous sketches,
One's with me.
filmed by this mess of a human being.
She's hitting me.
His name is Tom Hassenfeld.
Not my name, but the character.
The character's name is Tim Hassenfeld. Tom Hassenfeld. He, the guy with the best entrepreneur in the world.
The
guy with
world's greatest entrepreneur.
With the best ideas in the world, says, how about we get 1 billion bears, all different types of bears, grizzly bears, panda bears, ice bears, how about we get 1 billion bears and build some kind of bear launcher? That might work. I think that would work. Meanwhile, Officer 3 says, no. We need to be more practical. We need to invest in trash compactors. There's a huge booming market for trash compactors right now. And we need to get in on that shit. And then Officer 4, who's a little bit of a space nerd. Or a lot of it of a space nerd. Maybe just a regular nerd. I don't know. He looks kind of nerdy to me. Says, yeah, I'm talking about you.
Thanks, Kate.
Says, no, fuck it. Let's build a giant space station. Because everyone needs space stations. So Officers 1, 2, and 3, in unison, sip from their coffee and say, yes! So, Officer 1...
The coffee. Yeah, that's what we're drinking. Coffee.
I'm drinking a mug. From a mug. I'm drinking from a mug.
You drinking a mug?
As far as they know, I'm drinking coffee.
Yeah, same.
A physical mug.
With a piece of biscotti in it. Officer 1 pulls out his drawing board and starts to draw a really, really shitty Death Star diagram. You know, like from Star Wars. On a piece of paper with the exhaust shaft showing. By the way, that is crayon. Tom Hassenfeld, the world's greatest entrepreneur, says, with a bear launcher. While Officer 3 says, and trash compactors, because he is the more practical one. Officer 4, meanwhile, the space nerd that he is, says, screw the bear launcher, screw the practicality of this trash compactors. Let's add some motherfucking lasers. Because lasers are badass.
Bitches love lasers.
Just love
Yes.
lasers.
Can't confirm.
Officer 1, being the leader of the group, and the one with the most lines, says, alright, we have a diagram going here. Good job. One last thing, we need to vent the exhaust from our main reactor. Because, like, otherwise, I'm not a chemical engineer, but boom, right? That's how that works.
Sure.
I was a well, no, not really.
No.
Sort of.
Yeah.
Halfway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got halfway there. So Officer 1 asks, any suggestions on how to do that? Because he is also not a chemical engineer. Surprisingly enough. Meanwhile, Tom Hassenfeld has this brilliant idea of getting... That's good. Says, let's just put this 2 meter wide. It's wider than my arm span because I'm not that big.
Approximately
2
2
meter wide.
meter wide.
Yeah, 2 meter wide shaft that leads to the main
Shaft.
reactor right here. As he points to this shitty drawing of the what appears to be the Death Star. At the end of this undefended trench. Trench. I can hear Mike laughing in the background. He thinks this is funny too.
We're putting the shaft in a trench. Use your imagination.
Yes. We're putting a shaft in a trench. So, Tom Hassenfeld has this great idea to put this shaft in a trench. Because he says, besides, no rebels would dare attack a station equipped with a mighty bear launcher. I wouldn't fuck with bears. Have you seen those ice bears? They don't talk much. But they're fierce. So, Officer 4, the space nerd, if you remember, who's also a buzzkill, says, damn it, Tom! For the last fucking time, we aren't going to make bear launchers. Anyways, let's go build this thing and see how it goes. They all pick up their mugs. They pick up their papers. Officer 1 drops one of his papers. And they leave the room. And it cuts to black. I was doing the more you know thing. The more you know.
Truly.
Oh, hey, John, what did you do this weekend? Oh, I watched a bunch of college kids get drunk. Yeah, life is grand.